welcome back to the less than ideal setting for the Game to Love podcast this week.
Yeah, welcome back to Amateur Hour.
We've been booted out the...
We've lost the room, we've lost our other room. The only good news is I'm back and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Aside from that, like, it's not looking as professional as usual, but we're going to make the best of a bad situation and go with what we've got.
We're just strictly just in the middle of the pub this time rather than in the room. But yeah, let's just crack on with it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? You feeling all
right?
right?
I'm feeling great, man. I feel good. Literally, everyone else in a lot worse situation than me in the world. So you can see what's going on. And
just a stomach virus, you sure?
Yeah, just a stomach bug. No corona. All's good there.
Nice.
It's just it's not been ideal, obviously. Like, not been able to work, not been able to do much really. So it's nice to be back. And there's not even been much tennis on really to watch. I watched a bit of the women's matches, we had the WTA matches going on. That was alright, but there wasn't much going on in terms of, like, usually there's much more in the calendar and other weeks and months. So
I know, yeah, we had like the WTA in Lyon, which I said there was no big hitters in, and there was Kenin.
Yeah, and then Kenin won and walked that and won that.
Yeah, it was just like both of the tournaments. We had Svitolina, #1 seed, won her one, and that was over in... Where was that one? That was in Monterrey.
Yeah, Mexico, wasn't it?
Yeah, the only city to rhyme with John Terry.
But anyway, we're going to go straight into today's debate. Thank you for all you guys subscribing. Keep subscribing, keep liking, sharing our other videos.
Tell us what you think about this new backdrop.
Yeah, well, it's not even impressive, so don't worry about it. I don't want to hear what you've got to say about that. But we're going to go straight in with the big news.
Yeah.
In the Indian Wells cancelled.
Cancelled. Yeah,
we can't believe it. Like, we're shocked, as I'm sure you are.
Yeah, what's going on?
We've only just heard the news now, and a lot of it is broke through Twitter and other sort of media platforms.
I only heard about it through you, who only heard about it through Twitter. So, bit of a shocker, really.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I think a lot of the outburst has been from the players, like, not knowing until the last minute. Like, most of them have found out via Twitter and stuff like that. So what sort of measures are in place for them to... They should know, right? They've spent a lot of money to get to it's not exactly a cheap place to be, is it?
No, exactly. And then they've taken their whole team over there as well. And what are they supposed to be doing in this time? They probably could have been somewhere else earning some more money, or they could have just been taking time off. People wouldn't have paid for flights and accommodation.
And Nadal's got his whole team there. It's not good for him because this was a big opportunity for him. If he was to, obviously people are not going to think this is going to happen, but if he was to do really well in the tournament, win the tournament, he had a shot of becoming world #1.
Well, yeah, exactly. And then you've got other people who have already been very vocal about the fact there's not enough hardcourt being played in the hardcourt season, and now we're removing 2 hardcourt tournaments.
Yeah, and it's even like I feel worse for like the lower ranked sort of players, like the types of, like, I don't know. For an example, I saw on Twitter you've got like Mitchell Kruger, people like that sort of caliber of tennis player. They like, what's going on?
Yeah, they're like, being informed.
What's going on? Oh, what, we've just been the event's been cancelled. So what we're going to do with our prize money? We've just already got here. Or like like Schwartzman and stuff, he was out there tweeting. They're just shocked, the players.
Yeah, I just think the way it's been handled has been appalling, really, to be honest.
But can you understand why it's happened?
Well,
what do you think
coronavirus.
Of it? Yeah, but do you give it a good reason? Do you think that's a warranting the fact that they're cancelling the tournament?
Well, they must have known that there was something on its way, and they should have been taking the measures to make sure. If there was going to be a cancellation, players were notified at least a week in advance.
Yeah,
Come on, I mean, you can't be cancelling stuff on the day of the event or the day before the event.
Okay, you say you can't, but what about if it's really like it's detriment to people's health?
Do you think it's
severe? Well, to be fair, coronavirus is going nuts at the moment. It's all over the place. In Europe, it's spreading faster and faster each day.
But do you think that they're only cancelling it because of the people who are travelling in to go and watch it? Or they just don't want crowds of people?
In America, like, touch wood, it's actually been pretty contained. I think there's about 500 cases or so. But considering America's so huge, I don't feel like they're doing a terrible job in terms of containing it. Look at countries like Italy and others. They're struggling much more than, say, the likes of America.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not I just don't understand the whole... For me, I don't think they should cancel. I think they should have been played. I think the way it's going at the moment, like they've got to a good level with it. I don't think it's going to really influence.
Do you think they should have done like they're planning to do with some of the football, like they're playing behind closed doors, no fans there? Or
Yeah, even I think that would be a better scenario than cancelling it altogether. Like, just at least have the games playing.
Because they're talking.
Even if it's like a stream. Say if you have a stream and people can then. I don't know what situation because you can't really. The whole point about like a tennis tournament, what makes it so great, we know when we go Wimbledon, is that you're like united. Everyone's together.
Yeah.
You have a few drinks. It's a great day out, isn't it? More than just the tennis.
The least they could do, I think that's what they're doing for the football, is they're giving maybe free streaming away or free like televising the matches.
I agree. I think it should go ahead and they should have the matches televised more. I know most of them are, but like just more so for the fans who aren't able to watch it.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Yeah.
So like cranking the music up in there. What's going on? Trying to send us packing, mate. Soon it's going to be booming out. It's going to be like a nightclub.
But yeah, it's a shame. Like,
I know. Well, it is a real shame. I don't think that they really needed to cancel the whole thing, but they could have just gone ahead with it and, like we said, get everybody who's actually in the tournament tested, all their teams tested. If everybody's passing the test.
I'm not sure they're worried so much about that. It's more like there's so many different people come fly in from different countries. There's an influx of people. Obviously, I don't know how many people.
Yeah, but they're already there.
Yeah, a lot of them are. Yeah, because it's so late notice. It's like it's a shame for the people who have travelled and booked flights to go see it.
Yeah, there's people who probably
will lose money for sure.
And there's people probably still prepared to travel there to go and watch it as well. They're not.
Yeah, I think it's a disgrace. I'll be honest. I think it's a disgrace, the whole thing. I understand the whole health concerns and stuff. I just think it could have been done differently. I think the event should still go ahead. Whether there's sanctions on the fact that people should not be watching it, it's done behind closed doors. That's a different discussion. But like to cancel the whole thing, like it's just.
I just don't. I think it just plays into the hands of just more. Like they've got the clay court. We don't obviously know what's going to happen coming up with the next.
What's to say that that's going to not get cancelled now?
Well, there's not, but it looks. If it doesn't, then it's just been beneficial to clay court players.
Because it's like, yeah, it's not just that. Like, where do they draw the line with it? Because the Sunshine Double, obviously, after this, you've got Miami.
Yeah.
Another big tournament.
But that's probably going to be cancelled as well.
Well, you think if they've got to, right? If they've cancelled this one.
Well, you've got to set a precedent, haven't you?
That's what I'm saying. It's just sad, man. Like, we all love our tennis, and you do, we do, and it's just sad, like to see these big events just being cancelled because we just want to see more of tennis.
Let us know what you think as well. Like, do you think that this tournament should have been cancelled? Do you think that they should have just played it behind closed doors? Like, let us know your thoughts. We'll pop a little question in the comments.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
drop us a note. Say what you think.
Yeah, it's a shame because there's not really much else to talk about. Really, the main news is Indian Wells is cancelled, and like. There was some talk from like the guy who runs the tournament. Are they going to sort of reschedule it for another time?
When? It's so packed.
It's such a packed schedule. Like, are they going to be able to reschedule it for another day? Do you think that's something they should look into doing, or what do you think?
Personally, I think they should have just played it when they can. I think if you try and squeeze it in later on in the year, players are going to be in the run up to Grand Slams. They're just going to get overworked, like pre-Grand Slam.
Yeah, but this is a big deal. This is not just like any ATP. This is an ATP 1000.
If they're going to
reschedule 1000.
If they're going to reschedule it,
the first one of the year.
I suggest, even though it probably wouldn't even work, they should probably reschedule it for something like November then. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know what the weather's like there then, but I don't think it fits into the schedule now.
No, but there is a chance for it to work.
Unless you can squeeze it in somewhere in the calendar where there is actually a break.
No, but the only way it really works, in my opinion, is if you do it, obviously, before Miami, but in like 2 weeks' time. It works. If you put it in 2 weeks' time, the whole system will work fine.
But are the same players playing in Miami that are playing in Indian Wells?
Pretty much.
So
that's not necessarily all the same, but
you have to make the choice. But then what happens if
but then that one gets delayed and pushed back. That's what I'm saying.
Then that one might be cancelled as well.
These are big tournaments, so like I don't think they can just be like disregarded and sort of avoided altogether. Like for me, in America right now, I've touched on this already, but there's not been specifically loads of cases. Like look at like France, say for instance, there's much more there. But you've just had the WTA, Lyon, is it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, it just doesn't really add up. Is that a rule for one, rule for other? It doesn't.
I think it's
if
only
there was
just
more
started
logic to it. It
it's
would
only
make sense.
starting to break out fully as the tournament was playing. It's not. It's just becoming. It's like gathering momentum now, and now everyone's getting worried about it. They weren't so worried a week ago when that tournament kicked off. They weren't going to cancel the tournament mid-tournament.
I'll tell you who was probably more annoyed than us about this whole thing.
Who?
Novak Djokovic, the man himself.
Well, yeah, he's been playing amazing
Do you not
tennis.
think this is the perfect time for Novak Djokovic to have the Indian Wells?
Well, you can
It couldn't have come at a
consolidate,
better time for him, could it?
can consolidate that world #1 spot, and can keep that unbeaten run going.
And considering he's only defending 45 points last year, which he won, because
Yeah.
he went out to Philip Koslow, it was a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
So for him to be entering this, coming into the running he's had,
Yeah.
you'd really fancy. Obviously, he's clear favourite to win it.
Massive favourite.
So you would fancy him to do really well. I wouldn't rule out Nadal personally. I think Nadal could have pushed him far.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
Nadal's
I think-
playing extremely well.
I
And
think they're both playing. It would have been a real
Sometimes when-
spectacle.
when Nadal's, the chips are down for him in terms of like people aren't expecting him, and that's when he's probably at his best, I think.
Maybe Djokovic would have had an advantage if there was no crowds there as well.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
play it behind closed doors, and Djokovic will take out Nadal like 6-1, 6 love or something.
Nah, it's just so
I don't think
sad.
it'll be that.
Nah, it would never be that convincing. But like for me, it's tricky. But the real losers out of all of this, I know we're losing it, but it's the players, the lower ranked players,
The lower ranked players.
or just players, like the players
They're
who.
not in the tournament though, are they?
No, the players who rely on the money so much.
Yeah.
The ones who rely on the money, they're all there. I know there's a players' council being held now at Indian Wells.
The ones who aren't getting the appearance fees.
Yeah, they're not getting that fees. That's the ones who are really being stung by all of this, and it's just really sad for them.
Yeah. People
I saw
not getting
Mackenzie
paid.
McDonald come out, and he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I'm going to do now, so I'm basically unemployed. There's people that they're suffering. It's just like, it's sad for them sort of guys who really like, this has been their calendar obviously all year.
ATP, sort it out. Pay some people.
ATP need to do something. There's going to have to be some kind of compensation
Yeah,
package or something.
That's it.
But is it really their fault? They didn't really start the corona, so it's tricky.
Yeah, but they cancelled the tournament.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a shame.
I know, it's just a shocker, really. I don't really know what more we can say about the matter. I mean, we'll just have to watch this space, see what...
No, I'm not sure how it's going to affect the rankings. Like, I did see a little post saying I'm pretty sure the top 5 was going to stay the same. It's not going to affect that too much. But the way I look at it is the reason it will affect because they've not had that tournament. Being a Masters 1000, there's a lot of scope for our players to pick up a lot of points, and
especially the good hardcourt players.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like
Tennis Sangren.
tennis. Yeah, tennis would have been up for this. It's a shame.
And it is, well, it's US players. There was a few players. One who got to the final, a bit of a resurgence, Jack Sock.
Yeah.
He got to the final of, I think it's Indian Wells Challenger that was running like last week.
Yeah.
Managed to have a very good tournament in the end, Jack Sock. So
Yeah, he beat some good players along the way as
Little
well. I think he
resurgence.
fell against, what's his name?
Big Steve.
Big Steve.
In the final, Big Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson. But he lost to him, funny enough, 2 weeks prior as well, in down at Del Rey.
Sounds like
So Steve Johnson's got his number, but Steve's a good player. We know like he's
saw him against
we actually saw
Dimonor.
him live, didn't we, against Alex de
Dimonor.
Minaur, yeah.
Very good player. But Jack Sock, good. I think it's a good level to have put himself at. Like Steve Johnson, 75 in the world. Jack Sock's still coming back. He's 768 at the moment.
Yeah, but no, Sock's now boosted massively in the rankings.
Yeah.
So I think he could break into, next week he'll break into the top 300, 400. Which is crazy.
I think he should.
It's surprising. No, should he? I don't know.
Because he just beat, the person.
Who did he beat? Kudla, was it?
Brandon Nakashima, mate.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I know, Brandon Nakashima. It was in a close match for 3 sets, but
Brandon Sock's definitely back on the radar for sure.
Look who Nakashima's been beating, though. Nakashima's beat Caruso, Giron, Sugita, Nori, Vesely. So he's been beating.
It was
some
quite a
top
tight match,
players.
though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very tight match.
And I'm not
but
sure if Brandon was playing at his
I think-
ultimate best.
I think
but,
that's testament to Sock. He's making a comeback. So
Yeah.
people love to see a resurgence.
Yeah, considering we're talking maybe last month, we was watching Sock on court, and he just looked like
Uninterested.
He just looked uninterested, looked fat. was wandering around the court, didn't really want to be there.
Maybe sees himself as the Tyson Fury of the tennis world. It's going to make a comeback.
Well, he certainly has done. So fair play to him. Like he's definitely improving his game. He's working on different things he's not been doing.
Look who he beat. He's beaten Ugo Humbert in straight sets. He's beaten Donskoy.
Oh, we know he's got the ability. Like he was top 10 player, or like 2 years ago or whatever. So it's like
it's good to see that whatever he's sorted himself out. So well done to him.
Yeah.
And just came up a little bit short there. Big Steve, always a tough customer.
Yeah, no, it's not easy, but I don't know. After beating Brandon, you probably fancy Sock to push on from that and try and win the final. But
I'm surprised Big Steve's not really trying to push himself into many ATP events.
I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, that he's pushed himself down to the challengers for more confidence. He wanted to build up his confidence.
But he seems to win like loads of challenges, but he doesn't seem to enter many ATPs.
He usually does, though. Typically he does. I remember last year he played against Monfils a few times and played some really epic matches. Went to a final set tie-break. So he's definitely got the ability to, and we know how good Monfils is. So
yeah, well, this year.
Yeah, so it's like, we'll see how it goes, but I don't know. Like, he's definitely got all the ability. Like, he's a good player.
Yeah.
It's just he's been playing in the challenges of late. So yeah, it's just really unfortunate that with all this corona stuff going out there, just a message to the fans: keep washing your hands, stay safe out there.
That's it.
Just trying to avoid it as much as possible.
Antibacterial on.
Yeah, but do they say that people are saying that doesn't really do much unless it's over 60%? It needs to have 60% alcohol to actually work.
Just have a vodka.
Yeah, get a big bottle of vodka and pour it over in your hands. Probably the most efficient way.
I'm sure that's 60%. They have to go somewhere in the depths of Poland probably to fall.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about one of them, like, what's it? Not vodka, that's a bad example. Yeah, absinthe. Proper.
I think that'd work.
Burn it off.
Ridiculous.
But no, it's a shame. Like, it's stopping travel. Like, we obviously had a trip planned to Italy where we was going to go to cover one of the, I think it's San Benedetto Challenge. It's near. Whereabouts was it near?
Pescara.
It's near Pescara. Yeah, it was a cool challenge or event.
It's going now.
At the end of the day, we can't go to that one because of the coronavirus.
We're just hoping that Wimbledon's.
We're hoping Wimbledon's all good because we've obviously got plans to go Wimbledon again. We love that there. That's a great day out, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do like a cool, kind of like vlog sort of thing. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we're still hoping to. Hopefully we get everywhere. I think they said it's slowing down a little bit in South Korea, China, and stuff like that now. So hopefully.
And that should hopefully set the precedent for other countries.
I'm hoping that everyone it just sort of just dies down a little bit, and then we can just get back to business, get back to planning a few trips.
Yeah, because it's affecting everything. It's affecting daily life. Like even our work, we've been told that we should work from home some days now.
Yeah.
It's like we can't really get on with much. So even the podcast is suffering. As you see, we're in a little corner today, but we're still bringing out the podcast for the fans. That never stops. We'll do anything. Even if we have corona, we'll be on it.
Yeah, from home in bed.
A last breath. Game to love. But no, hopefully we can still go to. We might change our location from Italy to Spain.
Yeah,
like Spain might be a bit of a safer.
Might be a safer alternative. Option. Yeah, there's a couple of competitions down near Alicante, so might see if we can get down there. See if we can cover some of that.
No, I think it'll be fun too. Yeah.
And wait and see though. Have to really just keep an eye on the travel. Keep an eye on the travel news.
But anyway, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up there because we don't have much else to talk about. Obviously, it's been dominated at the moment by Indian Wells. Been cancelled. We was gonna do a last preview on it, but unfortunately we can't do that because it's all cancelled. Hopefully the draw was gonna be coming out. I think it was either today or tomorrow. So.
Well, there's only I don't think there's many other tournaments to discuss.
We've
got
challenges in Kazakhstan and stuff like that. I think we'll have to give that a pass. So
yeah, we'll come back to you with some more information about the Indian Wells and stuff later.
Maybe at the end of the week we'll do a podcast.
Yeah,
there'll be some more stuff coming up.
We'll squeeze another one in. Just send us any questions you got. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the podcast. Until next time, I guess, and be safe out there, guys. Don't get corona.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add?
That's it, mate.
All right, perfect. Peace.
Bye.